We really do try to learn our customers and be their friend, and they become our friend, and we care. And if anybody thinks that owning your business is a piece of cake, it's not a piece of cake.
Well, you can get a piece of cake.
You can get a piece of cake.
What advice would you give them to like do investigation? Because coffee shop, it sounds fun. It's like, I'd love to own a coffee shop. The amount of cups of coffee that have to turn and burn through this building to make rent and employees and lights and all of that.
Yeah. So I just think you have to have a heart. You really got to love what you're doing. You have to be consistent, and you have to have a good village. You have to have a support system that is going to help you. Community that cares and helps.
Hello, my name is Kandra Witkowski, and I am the Director of Business Development here at Scoop Soldiers. And one of the funnest parts of my job is get to co-host the Find Your Gold podcast, where we hope to inspire entrepreneurship, maybe even have somebody consider owning a Scoop Soldiers franchise. Picking up poop's kind of fun. Not too hard, kind of make some extra money. Who knows? The person watching may end up being the next pet waste millionaire. We never know. But today, I am in kind of my hometown, maybe my hometown from middle school or high school up type thing. And I couldn't help but snag Jody. She is the owner of the Village Grind here in Oswego. And even though you own the Village Grind, I consider the Village Grind my coffee shop.
I love it.
So I'll zip for a second and let you introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, where you're at, all that kind of good stuff.
So I'm Jodi Behrens. My husband and I, Dave, and my family, we all have worked the grind for many, many years. I don't know what to say.
I mean, you've been around for so long. So when did it? How did it start? Where did it start?
It started with a friend opened it 30 years ago.
Oh my gosh!
And then I worked for her all but 2 years of those 30. And then she had it for like 6 years, and then we bought it. Dave and I bought it.
Okay.
And our family together, we all worked it and run it. And we had a location in Yorkville for a short time. And then a school bought us out of that lease, and we just came back to Oswego, Oswego. But yeah, it's the hub of downtown.
And I was telling them when we were kind of setting up, I don't remember one of your employees was walking around, and I said that somehow, and you're a big servant-hearted, a friendly, I can help you kind of person, but probably unintentionally, right, without even thinking about it, you became like the hub of Oswego. Everybody knows Jody. Everybody knows the grind. Everyone comes here. And is that true? Like it just happened? Like
I like to say it just happened. I mean, both Dave and I were just friendly people. We just love life and love other people's life, and we just want people to feel welcome. And comfortable.
Yep. And so over the years, so we're talking 30 years ago, right? I mean, I was like, a baby then. But like 30 years ago when this started, when you guys took it over, how's it changed? Like I can remember, so for people that are watching, I used to live really close to here, and my friends and I would run religiously. We ran from here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We would start on Tuesday mornings at like dark 30 and run in the dark so we could get back when you opened and have our quick cup of coffee as our friends and then go home to shower and get to work. But from then until now, and maybe my times that I was here was a little different, the line can sometimes be out the door. And it's good. Listen, it's good coffee. But like, how has that changed from 30 years to now? Like, how's the customer different? How is the business different?
Let's
start with the customer. How's the customer different between 30 years ago and I don't even know the newest generation, the millennials kids.
Well, I think the difference is they're working from home. Whereas back in your day, you went to work. And now people are working from home. We don't open till 7 now, whereas it used to be 6. And people are staying home, getting their kids out, and then they come in and then they go to work. Or, they probably worked a couple hours at home prior to coming in.
So drop the kids off, grab their coffee, go back home and get dialed back in?
So I think that's the biggest difference. Other than that, it's still the same. People are just happy to come.
And that's probably how you're still a fixture, not just because of that, but you're a fixture in the communities because it hasn't changed. And again, I don't live in Chicagoland anymore, but whenever I'm here, I stop by and get coffee, and it's always it's almost always the same, but almost always different. Like some of these things change, right? But it's always the same feel.
Yeah.
It's always the same.
Yay.
The same things, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me about how's the products changed? Because coffees, iced coffee. Was your iced coffee 30 years ago?
No.
Your coffee got cold, and what did you do?
And then
You dumped it out and got a new coffee.
Exactly. So yeah, that has changed. We were corporate as far as our roaster, Green Mountain, and then they wanted us to go be a K-Cup cafe.
Oh.
And we were like, no way, we're not doing it. And
so what does that even mean? Like you would just have like a shelf of K-Cups and then people would buy the K-Cup? Oh, yes. That doesn't feel...
So that's how they wanted us to become. We were #1 coffee house with Green Mountain. And then we said, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Well,
so
thank you for that.
Yeah. So by the grace of God, we found a wonderful roaster that roasts for us and does a better job.
Good.
And
it's a better fit for who you are. Is it local or somebody like...
No, she's not exactly local. She's just 2 hours away.
Okay.
And she's just a single person that does a fantastic job.
And you've always been like, I mean, I've owned small businesses. You've always been connected to the community and connected to the small businesses. And that makes me love you more that you found another small business that you can support, and then it works out like one person scratches the other person's back.
Exactly.
So we've got hot coffee, iced coffee. You guys have all kinds of different, I don't want to say cocktails, but like concoctions. There's always a board that shows like what's the theme of the month type thing.
Yeah, and we're grateful for Starbucks. They drive the train. Mm-hmm. They have the marketing dollars to advertise a caramel macchiato, which is a caramel latte.
It's delicious.
And it's not, it's not rocket science, but they drive the train.
Right. So as long as you're, a couple steps behind them, like you don't, and honestly, like that's the difference between a franchise and a not, is they've got the money to do the research and the things. And so it's just two different things. It's the difference between, here in Starbucks or here in Dunkin' Donuts. It's just different. So how does local competition affect you guys? Like there's a coffee shop that started. It's a little bit farther down the road. Yeah. And how has that affected your business? Good, bad, and difference?
In the beginning, I'll be honest, I was worried.
I know. I saw that. I'm like, coming soon. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's Jody?
Yeah. And but I thought, we have loyal customers that love us.
Yeah.
And there's more than enough people to go around.
Yeah.
And they're going to try it. Yeah. And they did try it, and they came back, and it actually helped us because more people found us and like us, and they're surviving and we're surviving.
Perfect, right?
When we opened 30 years ago, we were the coffee house. I mean, maybe a gas station had pour-over coffee. Now there's probably 7 Starbucks in town. There's
really?
4 Dunkin' Donuts, and we've survived.
Oh yeah, going up toward Orchard.
Praise God, we've survived.
Right?
So,
why do you think? Well, so why do you think that other than God, like, why do you think you've survived? Like, if you've stayed the same for the most part, like,
I think because we stayed the same. Okay. Because we're home, it feels good.
I just got goosebumps. Like when you said that. Like,
we're home, and I like that.
Yeah.
We have people that were, literally in their mom's tummy before they started coming here. Yeah. Grew up here, and now they come back with their children. Yeah. And
well, actually, for you, like when you started 30 years ago, your kids are not much older than 30, if they're even 30, right? Are they 30 yet? Any of them?
Yeah,
just
they
a little?
They're almost 40. Yeah. So Molly was a kindergartner, and she ran the register in kindergarten.
Right, small business. Everyone's got to get it done.
And then she graduated and became an accountant. And
so does she help you with your books?
No.
Just because she's
she's away.
And, that's right. She's the one that lives farther away. Yeah.
But Nate was the grunt man, and Brooke ran our Yorkville store, and Katie's still here, and she does a lot. Behind the scenes and
in front of the scenes,
and now the grandkids are coming in and doing
So
stuff.
So I'm looking at the photo over here. How old's your oldest grandchild?
So Addison is 12.
12.
And Eli is 12. They're like 6 weeks apart.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you're putting them to work now?
They do.
Yeah.
Addison comes up from Peoria and helps, and she could run the place. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this is probably jumping ahead, right? But I think my last question I was going to ask you is like, where do you see this happening with your family? But since we're looking at the photo and we're talking about the kids, I mean, and again, you can't put that on anyone, right? But is your vision that maybe like a grandkid will be like, I think I want to take over grandma's store?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I think.
Right? Maybe. Like, it'd be great, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows what the possibilities are.
Yeah.
I want to be a grandma. I want to have more time to be a grandma.
So she says she wants to be a grandma. How many grandchildren do you currently have?
13.
And how many are there any grandchildren in the making?
No. Just had one.
No.
She's 3 weeks old. So,
yes. So we'll see. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more.
Right? You get your own little gaggle of coffee testers, right?
Testers.
So what are, and that's one of the things that I think that I liked is it is home, and you can come here if you've never had a coffee, like you don't know how to order a latte, and it's very like reachable and understanding, and you always, maybe because you've had kids and grandkids and you have a big heart towards children. Whenever I've brought my nieces in here, my nieces are 12 and we've been coming since they were in pumpkin seats, right? Like in their car seats. And we used to come here and do girls' day or in the morning. And I'd of course get a coffee, and they would split a kid's hot cocoa, and they'd sit in the little chairs over there with their little hot cocoa. Mm-hmm. So do you have like do you see a lot of that where it's like I saw Jill Diaz coming in the other day with her 2 little ones and Shane, and is it like a fixture for the next generation too, or is it just?
I think
like my old lady thinks that it is.
Yeah, no, I think they're up and coming, and I think the younger group are figuring out that the new big ceilings and all that is great, but I think they're learning that it feels good to be local and be home.
Yeah, there's difference between. Yeah, I mean, like I go to Starbucks.
Yep.
I McDonald's, Dunkin'. I drink coffee from all kinds of places.
Exactly.
But the village grind is like Jeremy's over there running the camera like normally. When we had our meeting, I was like, I want to shoot at the village grind because you can't not.
Yeah.
Like you can't not, right? Like it's this. Everything is exactly where it's supposed to be.
Thank
you. Ooh, there's a fly. Maybe not that one.
Not that one. Yeah.
But for the most part. But okay. Yeah. So then let's talk about like the difference between, so if someone came up to you and like, oh, you own an independent coffee shop, what would you say are the top 3 things that you would tell them on why you would like them to come to your place versus just run yourself over to Dunkin', right? Or hit up a Scooter's Coffee. Like, what would you say the 3 things that separate you from them, from the big box store?
Yeah. And I keep saying, just because it's home, we really do try to learn our customers and be their friend, and they become our friend, and we care. I mean, people, get sick, and I had one lady that would come in with her husband after chemo, and this was the only place he could eat that he didn't get sick.
Yeah.
It just was good home cooking that didn't have all those preservatives, and he would feel good. And that means a lot to us that we are making a difference in someone's life.
Yeah, and in the community. So let's talk a little bit about the community. I didn't even think about this until you were just talking about that. So this is, I'm not going to cry.
Yeah.
A long time ago, very long time ago, Elise, my friend Elise, her nephew, was he a toddler?
He was little.
Little.
Yeah.
So they lived in Florida, and Elise is one of my best friends, and we all used to run and do triathlons and all this kind of stuff from here. And so we kind of got a group of girls together, not a nonprofit, just a bunch of girls that wanted to help, and we did a program called Trying for Kevin. And Jody sold us. You just do the coins,
coins.
Yep, so little like gift cards, and she sold them to us at a very deep discount, and we did a fundraiser to raise money for them. So I don't even what other, I can't even finish the sentence. Like, what other like heart-touching things, like is there one that just sticks out that you're like, oh, like or is there too many to even list?
There's just so many.
It's got to be 30 years of memories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
30 years of memories and triumphs, and some didn't succeed, and but we're all family, and we help each other out, and we don't like to really. We don't put it out there that we do that. We do it.
It just happens.
And and it's heartfelt, and again, we all care about each other.
Yeah.
And That's what it's all
So
about.
Oswego has changed a lot over the last 30 years, right? So
Yeah.
it used to, I didn't live here 30 years ago, but yeah, like now,
Yes.
like I remember from where I lived when I lived here over to like towards the mall,
Yeah.
there was nothing.
Exactly.
And now there's like 4 Targets, like
Right.
just getting from here to there.
Exactly.
So that probably helped your business too, just having more people that came through.
More people stayed in town. You know,
Yeah.
you didn't have to go to the mall. Now you stayed in town.
Yeah.
And you shop here, and I don't know, just word of mouth, and it just works. We're
Yeah.
blessed. We're really blessed that it works. It takes a village, and we have a great village.
We do. Yeah, we do. So
Yeah.
what other things do you do to kind of interact with, like, I know you're part of the chamber and
Mhm.
you've always, helped out with Optimist Club and Lions
Yeah.
Club and the Senior Center and,
Yep.
all of those types of things. Is there any other, for someone else that's like, I love coffee and I live in Toledo,
Uh-huh.
right, or wherever, and I'd like to own a coffee shop, like, what advice would you give them to find a way to like integrate with the community, not just to be transactional? Maybe that's what even is. Maybe you're not transactional.
Yeah.
Like you're not looking for a coffee sale, sale, right?
Correct.
So what advice would you give someone that wants to be the coffee shop? Like,
Yeah. I think heart. You have to have a heart. I've been fortunate to own a coffee house, and my husband had a really good job with insurance.
Mhm.
And, he ran home.
Mhm.
I got to run my coffee shop.
yeah,
And so I didn't have that outside stress
yeah,
coming in, whereas some husband wives own together and they have that stress.
yeah,
I was blessed that
Yeah.
Dave did what he did,
yeah.
so I could do what I do.
So Randy and I did the same thing. So Randy, my husband Randy, he worked 20 years to the day, International Truck and Engine, and I ran our companies. And he was probably similar to Dave. He was there to help with things when it needed it, and we'd go over finances, and if I had questions, or the days that I know that door down fly. So there's a farmer's market that was outside, and I think
Yes.
the in and outs, we got one fly, and they love me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a beekeeper.
That's it.
It's an insect in the eye, and he feels like that's a great place to land. But same thing. So Randy would be there whenever I needed him. But I don't know, as much as I love my husband, I don't know that we would have been good
Exactly.
day-to-day business partners, right?
Yeah.
I remember one time he told me, he's like, I'm not one of your employees. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because you got to get stuff done, right? So
Yes.
so how has that changed? How do you think that benefited your relationship, having that divide between you're doing your thing and his doing your thing, or his thing and then you're...
Yeah, I just think it worked. It worked. And our kids, they work too. So I don't know how it
Yeah.
worked, but it did work.
Yeah, and okay, and when you're an entrepreneur, I don't think that you didn't probably grow up thinking, I'm going to own a coffee shop. You didn't
No.
go to college thinking, I'm going to take all coffee shop classes.
Yeah.
Right? And so I don't think that, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think that entrepreneurs or their kids know any difference.
I don't think they do either. Dave's father owned Hardware Hank. His family owned Hardware Hank business, and my parents owned a grocery store and a bar
Okay.
and a bank. And so both of us
Yeah.
grew up in
Yeah.
home businesses, and so we knew what it was like to work
Yeah.
hard. And if anybody thinks that owning your business is a piece of cake, it's not a piece of cake.
Well, you can get a piece of cake.
You can get a piece.
You can get a piece of cake from the grind.
Yes.
But it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not
hard work.
It's
and
not all
dedication.
Yeah,
and
it's just like it's not as easy as people think it's going to be.
Yeah.
And there's weeks that you don't get a paycheck, and there's
Mhm.
weeks that you're tired, or there's weeks that you're sick, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like you still got to get payroll done. You still got to get coffee ordered. You still got to
Yeah.
get stuff done. And do any of your kids own businesses?
No,
No?
none of them own their own business. They grew up and went to college and became their
All
own
their
own
things,
being.
yeah.
Yeah. I think they saw that it's hard.
Yeah. It's not as
Um,
easy as people
think.
would think. So when we talk to candidates at Scoop Soldiers and talk to them about business, and sometimes we have franchise owners that start and they're a business owner, and sometimes they're not,
Right.
and they go to a franchise for that reason. But I tell them, you're not going to sign your franchise agreement on October 1st and then October 15th run down to the bank and just catch big bugs of money. Like big bags of
No.
money don't just show up. There's
No.
ramp up time, and then there's reinvestment, and like all of those things, and it's not as easy as
Right.
people think. Like forward facing, you see, that the CEO or the business owner has a little bit of flexibility,
Yeah.
but they don't realize that even though you you've got Saturday afternoon off. Well, you worked all day Sunday, and what time does your day start?
My day starts very
dark
early.
30.
Dark 30.
Dark 30.
And
right?
it honestly does not end until 8:00 at night. I mean, Dave walks down and does the books at night and does the books first thing in the morning. I mean, it's a lot. But
it's a lot.
With that being said, there's so many other rewards that you get from the customers and the people and staff. I mean, we could not do it without our wonderful staff. And through all of these years, we have kids that grew up, but you grow up and you move on.
Yeah.
And we have so many that come back and say, I just want to come back to the village grind and work. But they're adulting and they have to adult.
They're adulting and you can't, you have to go somewhere. So for 30 years, so how many employees do you have on staff now?
Right now, we just have 6. We're running short crew.
Yep.
Just because of the times.
Yeah.
It's tough times.
Yeah. So how many more employees do you need?
Would we like to have? We're doing a phenomenal job. If I wanted to have a little more time off, maybe 1 or 2 more, but right now,
it's good.
We're doing good. Yeah, and
good.
they do a phenomenal job.
Good. So how is the employee changed over the last 30 years? And everyone knows, right? It doesn't matter if you're a coffee shop or a pooper scooper or a dentist. Employees are.
It's different.
Like it's a necessary evil, kind of, right? Like most of the time, my employees were fine. Probably most of the time, your employees were fine.
Exactly.
But every now and then, I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, tell me, like, how would you, right? So, has there been a change?
Hard. It has been a change, and again, we're blessed that our staff is wonderful. We've had a few that, think they want to come on, think that this is going to be sit down and have a cup of coffee type job.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is our young people are not being taught the essentials of counting money and doing dishes. And I mean, literally, they are not.
Yeah.
It's
stand up straight, look me in the eyes, answer my questions, say hello, like all of those things.
Yeah. And I hope that we get back to that. And I think it's coming around.
I think it'll swing.
We've learned that that's not going to work.
Not forever. No, at some point you got to move out of your mom's basement and you have to get your own place.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was. My parents I moved out like the week after high school graduation.
Same here.
And I don't know that they wanted me to, but also they were like, well,
just go.
She should go.
Exactly.
We love you, but you should go.
Yeah.
So how do you think, this is wasn't one of my questions, but how do you think as like a nation or like, I don't even know, like a world, like how do you think we get back to teaching children or adults or that you have to, like, yes, like every job is not peaches and roses and we're going to have to sometimes embrace the suck and wash those dishes. Right. Like,
and I think that the world is going to learn, and I think they're starting to learn that's not working.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to get back to the basics, teach what we need to teach, and we all learn by our mistakes.
Okay.
You got to make mistakes to be successful.
Yeah, right.
So
that's true.
I think they're gonna learn the hard way. I mean, we learned some things the hard way.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't. I was pretty smart from the beginning.
But yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I think get God back in it. And
that's probably right.
That,
like, doesn't really matter too much of what your God is, or like, like my sister-in-law always says, be a good human.
Exactly.
Make good choices, right?
Be kind.
Be kind.
It's
it doesn't
not that
cost.
hard.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to be kind.
No.
So when somebody comes in to apply, like, where do you find your employees from? Do they just know it? Like, you're not posting jobs on Indeed or like
I'm not, because you get. We did one time. And we got people that thought they were going to make $80,000, and
Well, that's great. You probably have. I mean, like,
I would like to too, but
it's a lot of coffee.
So we don't do that anymore. It's word of mouth and prayer, and Lord, just bring me who I need for right now. And luckily, it's worked.
Do you ever put like a help wanted sign out or something? Or
we have like a couple times.
Just this through like conversation with probably like Angie at the chamber, like random people. You're like, if you hear of somebody,
let me know.
So, and actually, like before I got here, I helped take care of my parents, and we needed a little extra help. I posted on Facebook. drove over here and you're like, I think you need some help. You need some help?
Yeah.
Like, I'll think about it. So same thing. You see someone post and then you're like, Jody's looking.
She might know somebody.
Yeah, she might know somebody. So that's
word of mouth. It's the best.
So how do you run a business for this long and not be here every moment? Like, how do you prepare your staff? Do you have documented SOPs and training programs and
we really don't. You learn, we hire, they come in, they train for a couple weeks and they're go. And they learn by watching other seasoned baristas that have done it. And they learn our way, and our way is friendly. We just, we always say when we're interviewing, treat others like you'd want to be treated.
Yeah, the golden rule.
The golden rule.
What is it? Oh, guys, I don't know if I remember it, right? Do unto others
as you
would like
done unto you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a Girl Scout thing, or is that like not a?
It's biblical.
But I remember it. I think I remember it from Girl Scouts.
Probably.
But yeah. Do unto others.
And I always say, because my dad owned a grocery store, and people, they have to go to the grocery store. Yeah. They have to buy toilet paper. They have to buy laundry detergent. And sometimes that wasn't really what they wanted to spend their money on, so they might not have been as pleasant.
Right.
People are choosing to come here.
Right.
So we are going to leave them. We want them to leave happier than when they came in. So
I did a podcast with a friend of mine, Jonathan. He's the CEO of Shuck and Shack. There's one in Naperville. It's fabulous. So I don't know if you. So Shuck and Shack, they do like they're like seafood based, right? So but it's approachable. So it's very similar to here. Like if you don't know how to order a latte or what the difference between, like you'll know. So very similar over there. It's jeans and a t-shirt, and you can order oysters and mussels. It's really great. But I was talking with him, and he had said that they have three things. Now, hopefully I don't screw this up. They want the customer to enjoy their time here. They want their customer to come back often, and they want their customer to tell others.
Yes.
And
amen.
Like this, it literally applies for here, but it applies for everything else, right?
Does.
Like when you're a customer of Scoop Soldiers, we want you to enjoy your service with us. We want you to keep hiring us, and we want you to tell other people about us.
Exactly.
And it's really, you could turn that into any
word of mouth.
Word of mouth. And do you ever do any marketing? Or are you not really too much?
We really don't. We take coffee here and there and have a good product, and people will come back.
Yeah, and I think like most of your marketing, from what I remember from being involved with the chamber and the community, is you just donate. You donate.
Yep.
Coffee to this or donate.
Well, and Angie from the chamber, wow, she helps us a lot. Yeah. She helps us a lot.
Yeah. So if there was somebody that, like going back to your barista, if there was someone that's like, I think I want to be a barista, what is the worst part of being a barista? Not even here, just in general. What's the worst part about working in a coffee shop?
Yeah, boy. I think the misconception that it is easy and that it's laid back and sit back and have a cup of coffee, it's not. It's hard work.
Yeah.
It's hard work. But it's rewarding work because you are handing someone that warm cup of goodness that they really want, and that first sip is important.
It is. I run solely off of coffee and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, exactly.
You pull either one of those from my day,
in trouble.
This thing's gonna topple over and deflate really quick.
Exactly.
Really quick. So tell me, like, we talked a little bit about competition in the area. How do other businesses, not even coffee shops, like how do other businesses in the community help grow your business, and how does your business working with other small businesses help? Like how do you network with the people in the downtown area and help each other out?
So we have a downtown business association that does a phenomenal job. And I, unfortunately, do not get to go to a lot of those meetings because they're when I have the line out the door.
Because
so it's hard. They do a really good job. But right now, we are doing a Bright Box with Floral Expressions, Little Sisters Donuts, The Scoop, and us.
Okay.
And Meg at the floral shop makes up the flower arrangement. We make a Living Life latte. Little Sisters Donut is doing an apple donut. And the Scoops is doing some sort of a chocolate candy that's going to go in it. And then we market it amongst our Facebooks and Instagrams, whatever. And then
whatever those cool kids are on these days, right?
Exactly. And you can call in and order it, and then they deliver for free. and it promotes all of our businesses together.
That would be, that's like a real, and then there's also a lot of activities that go on down here.
Exactly.
So in like a downtown, probably not even a downtown area, but even like if you're in a strip mall or like, another person on the business, do you help organize these events, or how do these events, because there's always something like the farmers market, I'm watching them, they just are packing up. Like how does this community create activities? And again, we have a great village that just makes things happen. The farmers market, that's part of the park district. And Bella Gia, myself, and Trips, we donate the parking lot for them to use for that. And it helps everybody out. And then we have Fall Foxfest is coming up. That's organized by the Downtown Business Association. You said the pumpkin races. I don't think they do that anymore, but pumpkin races.
That was so fun. The Optimist Club. They were a good group.
Yeah.
And just the other night was the police department had a car show down here.
Okay.
And it's a great community.
How do you like as a coffee shop? Because I drink coffee until it's Diet Dr. Pepper time. But how do you capitalize on an event that's outside in the evening or the winter? How do you?
And I'll be honest, sometimes we aren't open for those late nights because people aren't buying coffee. And sometimes we are open. And we always just say, if we gain 2 great customers out of our street being closed for a day, then we're blessed.
Okay.
And it works.
That's true. That's
it cuts back on your business for that day. But then if you've gained 2 just by being closed, then we're blessed.
I say that like pretty regularly. Like I don't need all of the people that want to own a pooper scooper business. I just need a few.
Just a few.
Like you don't need all of the coffee drinkers.
Right.
Like my franchise owners and independent, whoever it is, like independent scoopers, franchise owners, whatever it is. They don't need all of the dog poop. We just need some of the dog. We would like to have a lot of it.
Yeah.
But you just need a little bit to kind of, right? Like like you said earlier, there's enough to share for everybody.
There is.
There's enough to share.
To go around.
So what would you, if there's somebody out there that's watching, like I said earlier, that wants to own a coffee shop, what advice would you give them to like do investigation or like because again, you were working here, so you didn't get to pick your location. Right? But what advice would you give them on if, because coffee shop, it sounds fun. It's like, I'd love to own a coffee shop. The amount of cups of coffee that have to turn and burn through this building to make rent and employees and lights and all of that.
Yeah. So I just think you have to have a heart. You really got to love what you're doing. You have to be consistent. If you're open from 6 to 4, you better be open from 6 to 4. You don't put a sign on the door that says, I'll be back maybe by 4 or by 3. Yeah. You have to be consistent. And you have to have a good village. You have to have a support system that is going to help you because you need help. You can't do it yourself.
No.
And I'm very blessed to have my husband and my children and community that cares and helps.
Yeah, like I can't, like, there's been actually my nieces just walked in. When they were little, I remember a couple times we were out doing things and I texted them like, hey, could someone bring me out a coffee? The girls are asleep in the car.
Yes.
And you guys would bring a coffee out for me and I could call and say, it's Kandra, and you knew what it was.
Yes.
So, but that's something that I think it can be taught. But I also think that it's just kind of who we are, right? Like we just see stuff a little bit differently. So before we kind of wrap up, I forgot to ask you about your dogs.
My dogs. So I had 3 dogs. Harley was 19 and he went to doggy heaven. And then Winston was Katie's dog.
Yes.
And same story, but just a little blessing. He lived with us. He was Katie's dog, but he lived with us.
That's the best way to have a dog. Be like, hey, Mom, I got a dog.
Exactly.
Can he stay at your house?
Exactly. And we loved him. And then Dave turned 60 and he got a puppy for his birthday. And his name is Hank. After Hardware Hank.
I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's a Bernie Doodle. And oh my gosh, we love him.
How old is he now?
3.
3.
Yep. So yeah, he poops a lot.
Who scoops the poop?
Oh, it takes all of us. So we need to get.
It takes a village. It takes a village to run a coffee shop, and it takes a village to scoop the dog poop out of there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Scoop Soldiers is going to be coming into the market here in early 2026.
Yay.
I had to think for a second because I was like, what year are we in?
Yeah.
So yeah, when we get up and running, like,
call you.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a discount. I can't do that either. They don't let me do that. That's not my job.
But you'll give us help. That would be great.
No, we'll probably be able to help you out. I didn't ask you too at the beginning, like what's your favorite coffee drink? Like what's your favorite drink here?
My favorite drink here is a good old Americano. Mm-hmm. So that is espresso with hot water over it. It's the freshest cup of coffee you can get. And I didn't start out that way. I started with a coconut mocha and sugar. And now I am down to an Americano. So I've matured.
No seasoning, or not seasonings, no syrups, nothing, just.
No, but I do want to say, if you do come to the Village Grind, we use about a third less sugar in our drinks than the other places. And people don't realize that, and they appreciate it because it's
great food. Well, actually, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food here is probably the strawberry rhubarb pie, carrot cake. I like it all.
Michelle? Yep. So we have 2 votes, and I looked too. I was like, strawberry rhubarb is not there.
Not there today.
Not there.
Sorry.
Well, I very much appreciate your time. I also very much appreciate so big-hearted and kind-hearted. We're here taking up space in your place. I asked you to stay after hours. You're going to let us do another podcast here, and as I get my credit card out to pay for my coffee, your staff told me Jody called and she said you're going to want coffee and do not take her money. And I said, that's okay. I'll just tip. And they were like, don't. And I'm like, if I tip, she's going to probably whip them. And like, we appreciate your time.
They're so good. Well, I appreciate you.
No. Hopefully, and like I said, we'll tag and all the cool posts and all the things to make sure people come. If you are in the Chicagoland area, we're out in the Western Burbs. Oswego is a great community. We have, I don't live here anymore. Can I still say we if I don't live here anymore?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a great community. We have lots of events and things going on, and you have to come to the Village Grind.
Yay.
You have to come to the Village Grind. I recommend, I'm a little off my game. Usually I get an iced Southern pecan. With French vanilla, but it's pumpkin spice season. I'm not sure when this is going to air, so I've got an iced pumpkin spice. And so...
Yum.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So,
yay, thank you.
All right, again, I'm Kandra with Scoop Soldiers, Director of Business Development. And again, we appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully, if you find our content interesting, you'll keep watching. And the goal is to inspire entrepreneurship. So I would say if you're looking to start a coffee shop or a scooping franchise or a barber shop, or it doesn't matter what you're going to buy or what you're going to do, reach out to people that have done it before, ask questions. Not everybody in this world is willing to have a conversation, but there are a lot of people like Jody and myself that would say, yes, swing on by, let's get a cup of coffee and let's talk about it and help out.
And follow your dreams.
Yeah,
follow your dreams.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know unless you try.
You're going to be sucked into a job for a long time. You shouldn't hate every day of it. And I bet when you come here and you hear the grinder going and the
laughter.
The laughter from mainly me.
Exactly.
My loudness can fill a building. But
I miss you.
I know. Well, I'll come in here every time I'm through. You know I do, and I'll FaceTime with you if you're not here, and I'll give you a good loud laugh.
Yeah, there you go.
And you can fill your heart with my loudness.
I like that.
No one else wants my loudness, Jody. No one else does. So, but all right, like I said, we'll link out social media and all that kind of good stuff below. And again, like I said, if you're in the area, do not pass up the chance to swing into the Village Grind and pick up some coffee and the rhubarb
beans.
Oh yeah, I should get beans before I leave. All right. We'll link below, and if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to somebody. If you need me here at Scoop Soldiers, I'd love to talk about poop. You can reach me at KandraW@scoopsoldiers.com, and I'd love to help out. Thanks so much.